Good morning, everyone. This is Bill Keegan, Town Manager in Foxboro, and with your latest COVID-19 update. Hope everybody had a great weekend, and hopefully this is going to be the start of a really good week. Today we expect to see the governor's release on the guidelines for reopening, and we are actively working on our plans, and we're going to see if ours actually line up with the plans that have been recommended by the governor and the state, and then we'll release our plans accordingly. All right, so let's go take a look at the numbers. As of 101, as of today, we have 101 cases. Had 101 cases of COVID-19 since March 15th. The total recovered is 74, and the current positive cases is 17. I think that's a significant number. That's the lowest number I've seen in almost a month, and so it's good to see that number is heading in the right direction. A total of 9 cases have been lost during the follow-up phase. And a total of 638 people have tested negative. Again, that's another high number to see heading in the right direction. So the 4 hospitalizations remain consistent, and that number had increased as of late last week. So we'll continue to watch that and pay attention to that closely. 1 person has been lost due to COVID-19 complications. As far as on the statewide level, we can tell you that in Norfolk County, we have a total of 7,474 cases, 725 deaths associated with the cases that have occurred in Norfolk County. Again, we remain third overall in the state, with Middlesex County leading the way with a total of 19,129 cases and 1,394 deaths associated with the virus. And Suffolk County is the second in line with 16,479 cases and 787 deaths associated with those cases. So Middlesex County really does lead the way in all categories right now in terms of the number of cases and total deaths associated with them. Norfolk County is third, but it actually is pretty far behind in terms of the rest of the state, the other 2 categories of Suffolk County and Middlesex County. So it's good to see that is in fact the case. So let's take a look at the report for today. The report indicates that today we expect the release of the Reopening Advisory Board report, which will outline which businesses may reopen in Phase 1 of the governor's plan to reopen the state. The report is expected to include guidelines regarding how these businesses will safely reopen. And on May 15th, the U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, announced the extension of 3 nationwide waivers, giving child nutrition program operators the flexibility to continue to feed children while promoting social distancing and keeping families safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. Friday's announcement extends 3 key flexibilities that will allow current operations to continue without disruption and have time to plan for continued operations throughout the summer. The USDA's Food and Nutrition Service FNS is extending the following waivers nationwide through August 31st, 2020. Non-congregate feeding. FNS is allowing meals to be served to children outside the normally required group setting to support social distancing. Parent pickup. FNS is allowing parents and/or guidelines to pick up meals and bring them home to their children. Meal times. FNS is waiving requirements that meals be served at certain standard times to allow for grab-and-go options. This allows for multiple days' worth of meals to be provided at once. In addition to granting significant program flexibilities through both nationwide and individual state waivers, including Massachusetts, FNS is rapidly approving states for pandemic EBT, which provides food purchasing benefits equal to the value of school meals to households with children who would otherwise be receiving free or reduced price meals at school. These actions and more are part of FNS's critical response to the COVID-19 outbreak. To learn more, you can visit fnsusda.gov/coronavirus. Again, that's fns.usda.gov/coronavirus. And that's all we have for the update today. The MIC has not done its email, did not do its email on Sunday, so therefore it's sort of a light report today for you. We will get an MIC update from them later today, and so we'll certainly provide that information to you tomorrow morning. Right now, it looks like the numbers are trending in the right direction, as I noted a few minutes ago. Also, it looks like the governor's, based upon an alert I just received a few minutes ago, the governor will deliver his update on COVID-19 response efforts at 11 a.m. You can certainly tune in on the local stations 4, 5, and 7. We'll probably carry that live as he intends to release his report on how to reopen and provide us some guidelines on that. So we're looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll be on track. We can certainly start to reopen things at least partially. I know that this is going to be done in a phased approach, so we will not see everything reopen as quickly as everyone would like to see, but certainly we're doing so in a way that keeps everybody safe during the virus, and so we don't see an additional spike later on in the year, which certainly would be more difficult and more damaging to the local economy. Also, to report to you locally that the election is going to be held on June 8th, and there are guidelines on the Twitter account that we just sent out, and also on the website. There'll be guidelines as to how you can vote during the actual day of the election, and also we encourage people to use the absentee ballot process, which can be also accessed online as well. Town meeting is still scheduled to be June 15th. It'll be held at 7:30 at the high school. Last week, the Board of Selectmen, the school committee, and the advisory committee all got together and agreed on what the budget will look like for next year, and everybody is comfortable with the projections that we've done, and also the measures that we put in place to safeguard the community as we go forward into FY21. So that being said, certainly if anybody has any questions, they can certainly reach out to us. Reach out to me directly at wkeegan@foxboroma.gov. Happy to respond to anybody's questions about that, and I'll be providing further updates for folks on what to expect for a town meeting as well, and so you can actually have information on that. I may actually do a live broadcast through cable access, which I normally do this time of year, but I'll do that probably the week before the town meeting is actually held. So if anybody, again, has any questions, feel free to contact me at wkeegan@foxboroma.gov. Happy to provide you any information I can. Until then, until tomorrow, I'll be back to you tomorrow morning with another update at right around 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to provide you further information on what's happening in and around Foxboro, giving the latest numbers of what's happening. Again, good news to report that the number of active cases in Foxboro is down to 17 overall. That's the lowest number I've seen in quite some time. Also, it'd be interesting to check with you to check and to see if let me just check one other site here to see if in fact there's additional information about hospitalizations. The number of COVID patients in ICU and number of patients in ICU has actually gone down rather significantly as well. They're down to 674 patients overall. 2,533 people are actually hospitalized at this point in time statewide. Number of active beds available for COVID-19 use is 17,600. That number has dropped also down from 18,300, which was the peak at one point. And I was with somebody this weekend who notified me, who works at UMass Medical, indicated to me that they are starting to deactivate the facility in Central Mass at the TCU Center, and that will be deactivated this week by Wednesday. So again, that the use of that facility has gone down to the point where they no longer need to do that. They will keep the facility open and activated, semi-activated. It'll be available for use if in fact there is a spike later on in the year, but they will not be using the facility actively at this point in time as the use has gone down rather significantly. So again, total patients being treated in hospital right now is 2,533. And the total number of cases in ICU is down to 674, which is also good news to report on that front. Hope everybody stays well and stays healthy, and I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with your latest update. Again, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you again back to you tomorrow morning. Bye now.